Welcome back to Virginia This Morning. Author Sarah V says that you have the power to unlock the code and take action to create the life you desire.
Wow. Let's see how she did that.
Our next guest wants to help you take action to create the life you desire. We welcome Sarah V to Virginia This Morning. She is an energy healer and the author of the book, Let Your Inner Golden Sparkle Shine. Good morning, Sarah. Thanks so much for being with us.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for having me. I love doing these.
So we're talking about limiting beliefs. For people who are watching and wondering, well, what exactly is that and where do they come from? Why do I have them? Let's talk about what they are to begin with.
Yeah. So limiting beliefs is really anything that is kind of negative or anything that kind of holds you back from your actual potential of something that you're trying to create. And behind limiting beliefs is, of course, that lovely emotion of fear that we all kind of connect to. So limiting beliefs is something that holds you back from that ultimate potential that you know that is within you, but it's difficult to reach.
So if I'm experiencing this and I notice, hey, that's what I'm going through, what kinds of things can we do to turn that around? What are some of the first steps that we can take to get out of this?
So yeah, so I love that question. So that one of the first ways is first we kind of sense that there's something not quite in alignment. It's definitely a feeling. I'm a energy healer, so it's all about energy in your body. But when we're having a limiting belief or fear, the way that I believe and I teach my clients is to start quieting the mind down through meditation. I'm a meditation guide as well, because then we can kind of decipher and sift through what are the limiting beliefs that we keep attaching to and creating an emotion or creating a meaning around. So, getting our minds, quiet is kind of the first step to understanding what these limiting beliefs are.
Are there some limiting beliefs that you see more often than others?
Oh, yes, especially especially for women, the not being enough belief. That was something that I definitely resonated from years ago. It's been a lot of clearing out, but I see that the not good enough, the comparison with what somebody else is doing really are kind of suckers of joy, that we sometimes connect to. So I would say the number one, there's so many, but I would say the one of, not being enough would be probably top on the list.
Let's talk about an action plan. So I think the first thing is probably recognizing that, hey, this is something that I'm going through and wanting to make a change. How do we get on track?
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, there are so many ways, but like, in my clearing process, in my 3 phases of coaching, the first phase is we actually start to just quiet, to recognize, to understand what the thoughts are that are creating, this limitation. So, acknowledgement, knowing that it's a sensation in our bodies, not just kind of pushing it away or going shopping or having a drink or something like that, but actually feeling the feelings that are coming up in our bodies.
Recognizing it, noticing it, and really feeling it.
Yeah.
Something else that you talk about is inner healing. What's that all about?
Oh my gosh. So this is, I mean, I'm kind of a geek, but I absolutely love talking about inner healing. And what I mean by that is our inner child healing. Not to get too detailed about it, because I know we have a short amount of time, but it's the inner child that we all have is actually kind of running the show. So what we get to do is we get to connect to this inner child who is full of fear, who may have held on to, energetically, to 3 generations of unhealed pain and trauma. And that is, that's the beginning of it all.
Inner healing. And you have a book that you recently released. That's exciting.
I do. Oh my goodness. So this book, Let Your Inner Golden Sparkle Shine, which is actually available on my website, is actually an honoring of the healing that I've been through. You know, the healing that my little inner child went through, and it's teaching children to, you know, never believe in the limitations of our society or from unhealed pain and trauma. And I guide these little children through this character. Her name is Little V, VIE, and it's me actually as a 6-year-old, and it's teaching them to rely on themselves in any situation, and you know, so it's what's called a mantra, something that you say over and over to yourself, and teaching children to say this little mantra when they feel kind of, you know, unsafe or, you know, or limited, you know, that they can go inside themselves to find the answers, you know, within.
And letting go of limiting beliefs and taking action to create a life that you desire. Sarah, we appreciate you
Yes.
taking some time
my
for being with
goodness.
us. We're going to post some more
Thank
information
you.
about Sarah and her book on our website by early this afternoon. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for having me.